I am going to show you coins that have the highest potential to 5x or 10x in the upcoming bull market. It's the 2nd of July and it's the time to start paying attention to the crypto cycles. Now, very quickly, what are we going to speak about today? In this video, we're going to see how we can make 100% or even more with just spending 10 minutes per day analyzing cryptocurrencies. You don't need any Twitter accounts. You don't need to follow any financial reports. By simply analyzing the cycles and spending 10 minutes per day on them, you're able to make a very smart decisions and make these crazy returns that I just mentioned before. Now, the first two things that I do every single morning is I open up my signal group and I check which coins have buy signals. I set up an automatic group which basically tells you which coins reach their cycle lows and which coins actually have a low risk level to enter. On top of that, we also have the sell signals where we show which coins already reached their cycle tops and whether it's now the time to actually sell them. So there are two things that I do. First of all, I check my group and see which coins are ready to be bought. And second, I also follow some favorite coins that not necessarily are part of the group. Some coins that have a narrative going on about them, like AI coins or some big ecosystem coins like SU and say, I mean, everybody has their favorite coins. And what I do every single morning, I double check where are these coins in their daily, 3-day, and 4-hourly and the weekly cycles. Now, the third thing is that I analyze the past cycles of the coins and I filter out the ones that are most probably not going to provide us the returns. These are the coins that actually are trending down in the historical period of 1, 2, 3, or even 4 years. We're going to speak about them in this video. And the last point, what we have to do is actually perform the purchasing, buying those coins that are at the weekly cycle low, even if it looks that they might drop even more, but we actually have to buy them in order to make those returns. And more importantly, we have to have a clear indication when we are going to sell. And if you follow the cycle strategy, you don't need to think twice. The cycle strategy tells you exactly when you have to sell a specific coin. So let's start by analyzing the group. And as of 2nd of July, these are the coins that the group is recommending to buy. So we can see that just last night, we got a purchase signal for the WLD token, and we can see the risk level is 6 out of 100. So if this coin is not actually a coin that's turning down, that might be a very good entry signal. Let's take a look at the chart. Now, as you can see in this chart, I also have a stock RSI, the daily, the 3-day, and the weekly stock RSI. I will zoom in so you could see the chart much better and much clearer. And here we can see that, yeah, indeed, we just had a buy signal over here. Now I will zoom out. So basically we can see whether we should buy this coin and whether this coin can provide those returns that we just talked about. So first good thing is that the daily cycle, the 3-day cycle, and the weekly cycle are all approaching 1. Basically, they're all below 20, and this is a clear indication of buy, of purchasing. On top of that, we have the daily stock RSI, the 3-day and the weekly stock RSI below 20. The daily stock RSI is just approaching 20 as we speak right now, which is a clear buy indication, which is a very, very good buy signal. And believe me, there are not many opportunities like this that we can get from the crypto market. I believe right now that the WLD coin is actually the coin that will produce some great returns in the near short term, midterm, and the long term. And when I speak about long term, I actually mean upcoming 1 to 2 months, because that's how much time it takes for the daily cycle to rise. If we take a look at the previous cycle from the 18th of February to the 26th of March, it's just a little bit more than a month. And basically we should take it from somewhere here when we touch 20 and we fall a little bit. Yeah, that's actually the clear bottom. So 5th of February until the sell indication. That's a clear sell indication. You can see this red line right here. It's a clear sell indication according to the cycle strategy. And here we have a crazy return. So it's much more than 180% actually. We have to zoom out and see that, yeah, it's around 300%, which is crazy returns. And just about 2 months of time, or less than 2 months of time of the coin going up. Now, are we going to reverse? Are we 100% guaranteed that we are going to reverse right now as of 2nd of July? There are a few things that might happen and might hinder the reverse. One of them being that we might have a cycle failure. So let's imagine, let me zoom in once again. I'm actually jumping on the board. I understand that. Now, as you can see right here, the 3-day cycle was about to rise on the 4th of June, and it did it successfully for the next 5 days, and it was rising. However, then we had a cycle failure. The 3-day cycle started to go down once again, and now, as we can see as of today, it is falling. The chances for revival are actually very big because all of the cycles right now are below 20. It means that nobody is interested in that coin, right? So usually these kind of opportunities are really good for the crypto market. Now, what I mentioned, we did this first point successfully. We analyzed the buy signals from the group, at least one of them, and we see that this coin, WLD, it might be a really great buy signal. The next thing we have to do is we have to analyze the past cycles and filter out the coins that have a negative or basically bearish cycles. As we can see with this coin, that's not the case. This coin was launched around a year ago, and yep, it was falling, and it fell about 60% in the very beginning. However, since then it started to grow and it had a bullish cycle. That's a clear bullish cycle when the coin just rallies up with small hiccups to the downside. Then again, it reaches weekly cycle high. Now, we don't have this data right here because the coin was launched recently and the cycles need at least a couple of weeks of data to be shown on the screen. And we had a very quick, was actually beginning of this year, yeah, around 1.5 month period when the coin dropped 50% once again. And as you can see here, we had a very similar situation. The weekly cycle, the 3-day cycle, and the daily cycle, they all showed below 20. Well, the daily was started to rise. Let's say if we take the minimum point, like the absolute bottom, we should have paid attention to the daily stock RSI as well, right? The weekly, the 3-day cycle, they're showing below 20. Now, the daily cycle is already rising. It's already going up. However, the daily stock RSI is right here showing us that, hey, it's a bottom. So what I sometimes do, I substitute the daily stock RSI with the daily cycle. This you can do as well. And here on the app, from the absolute bottom, from $2.2, the price rallied to around $10, and it's actually a clear 4x. All right, that's just a very first coin. Am I going to purchase this coin? Hell yes, I am going to purchase this coin, and let's see how my position develops within the next months. I am going to purchase the coin right now, or I'm going to wait. Now, that's actually a question for risk lovers, right? Do I want to take this risk and buy it right now when the 4-hourly cycle is showing 72? Most probably yes. But what I can do alternatively, I could also wait for the 4-hourly cycle to come to 20. And in this case, that's most probably the best scenario. Now, let me explain you why. Usually when the 4-hourly cycle reverses and comes back to 20, the price goes below the current price. So usually, as you can see right here, at the cycle top, the price is higher, 4-hour cycle top, and at the cycle bottom of the 4-hour cycle bottom, the price is lower. However, when the coin starts to become bullish, it's not the case. After the reversion of the 4-hourly cycle, it can touch 20, and the price might stay stagnant, might come back basically to the previous price. And that's called a consolidation. And usually after a consolidation, we have a positive trend going up. So what I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to wait until the 4-hourly cycle reaches 20. And in order to do that, what I have to do is trigger and basically select 20. Now I create an alert, and whenever the 4-hourly cycle touches 20, I'm going to get a notification to my email and also to my TradingView account, and then I'm going to perform a purchase order. Now, what happens if the 4-hourly cycle starts dropping down? This line actually starts dropping to 20, and the price reverses and drops another 10%. Well, I'm happy. Then I will be happy that I didn't buy here and that I waited all the time to here. And that might be the best scenario in this case. Let me explain you why. If you can see if you check the previous cycle, the daily cycle, on the 11th of June, it touched 20, right? It touched 18 actually. Check out this number, right? Let me come back. So yeah, we touched 18. However, from 18 to the bottom, we dropped 26%. And it's still the same cycle. We dropped about over 20%, and it's still the daily cycle bottom. So as we can see, we just entered 20, right? We just entered 20 yesterday. We actually touched 16 and now we're at 11. So there's a high chance that we either going to drop a little bit more or we're going to consolidate in the short term. I'm going to purchase WLD and I'm going to show the purchase price in my group because I want you to see how easy it is actually to make money when following the cycles. I know this video is taking quite a long and we just discussed about one coin. So very quickly, let's go to other coins and let's see whether they are worth buying right now. We can see that last night we also got a signal from TET USDT, but here we have a weekly cycle failure. Because I don't want to take additional risk right now investing, I'm not going to purchase this coin right now. We can see that we had a couple of similar coins that had a weekly cycle failures. I'm going up once again. Here we have Epico USDT, where the daily cycle already started to rise, and we have a falling weekly cycle. Most probably also don't want to invest in that coin because there might be a better purchase opportunities. And we came through here to MAF USDT. Seems much better. Let's go up a little bit. Let's check this coin right here. I'm not saying that's the best possible purchase, checking the group. However, I want to show you how I am analyzing those coins in real time. Basically, I didn't open up this graph before and I'm analyzing them together with you. So first, what I'm checking is the weekly cycle. I can see that the weekly cycle is falling, so that might not be the best coin to buy right now. However, in this case, in these scenarios, we usually buy the coin and we sell it at the daily cycle top. So in these scenarios, when the weekly cycle is falling, I'm not holding the coin for the long term. Now, when we discuss about WLD, after purchasing the coin, I would most probably wait until the weekly cycle touches 80, and it might take up to 2 months or even 2.5 months time. In this case scenario, I should have entered here and I should have stopped somewhere around here when the daily cycle reaches 80. Now, this is just an example. I don't know how much the price will go up or maybe it will even trend down, but that would be kind of the trade opportunity. Now, in order for me to hold this coin for the long term, what I would do, I would again zoom out a little bit. I would check out the previous performance of this coin, which indeed is actually quite good because we can see that this coin is turning up in the long run, right? I can see a clear uptrend starting basically this bull market. Let me zoom out a little bit and maybe even change to daily. Now in daily, and in the daily, I can see a much better picture of this coin, right? So basically, this was a falling coin up to the 4th of January 2023. Now, this was very bearish. I know there's so much actually signals. Wait, let me just disable the signals. Yeah, that's much better. So as you can see, this was a bearish coin at some point, right? We had one bullish momentum in year 2021, and then this coin was falling for around 1.5 years. And after that, we can see bullish consolidation right here, right? So look, we started and we went up crazy. That's a weekly cycle, by the way, right? If you've bought the weekly cycle bottom and if you sold the weekly cycle top, again, you have made about 2, 3, even 400% in this. Yeah, you made about 400% for this coin. Anyways, then we started dropping because the weekly cycle also started dropping and most probably the monthly cycle was dropping and we were in the big bear market. But the price never went below the previous price. You can see that in 2022, the price was about 2 cents. 2023 bottom, the price is about 2 cents once again. And from here, the price started to rally. So we are definitely in the positive trend in the last few years, right? And that's exactly how it looks like when you zoom in the daily time frame. It's definitely a positive trend, and it's definitely a coin that I'm interested in buying. Now, the question is, am I purchasing the coin today, right now? Let me enter the cycles once again to basically be able to answer this question. And no, I'm not doing that. Well, I would have done it maybe here, and I would have, again, exited when the daily cycle reaches 80. However, I'm not doing this, and I'm waiting for the weekly cycle to reset, to fully reset itself to be able to purchase this coin once again. At the same time, I'm waiting for daily cycle to simply reach daily cycle top and then reverse to the bottom. Let me maybe very quickly paint it for you so you can also have kind of the same ideas. Here. I'm waiting to buy around this area, somewhere around here, when the daily cycle will reach 20 once again. And it might take a week, and it might take up to 2 weeks time actually for this to happen. In that time, we most probably gonna have the weekly cycle touching below 20, And then we're most probably going to have a 3-day cycle starting to rise. That's basically what I expect. Now, you don't have to know all these details, but I'm speaking from my experience right now. So we might see something like this, a cycle that's slowly starting to trend up, and that might be a good opportunity to buy. So for me, I would buy this coin somewhere around here where I have the X once the daily cycle reaches 20. That's how I analyze the coins. And very quickly, I want to mention at the end that I also have some favorite coins that I simply follow every single day. And I have them here on the right side. I even set up alerts for them. So let me just quickly go to one of them. I'm going to go to Prime USDT, and I see that here an alert will fire when the 4-hourly cycle will go to 20. But I see that, again, I am even late for this coin. Why? Because we had already a daily cycle bottom here. We even had a 4-hourly cycle reaching 23. So once the 4-hourly cycle resets to 20, the daily cycle will be somewhere around 70, 60, or even touching 80. So I'm already too late for this coin, right? So again, I have some other alerts set up right here, and this looks much better. ICP is currently going down in its daily cycle. The weekly cycle is fully dead. As you can see, the weekly cycle is 0.349, which is most probably the lowest I've ever seen for a coin. And we have a weekly cycle that didn't even touch 80, so we most probably have a big downside. Yeah, indeed. The price reached around $20, and now it reversed to 8. So we have about 60% drop, which is actually very positive. We could even apply Fibonacci numbers, and it will show a big support line over there. So I'm going to buy this coin once the daily cycle reaches 20 and falls below. So this might happen most probably in the upcoming few days. I'm going to follow this coin, and let's see what happens. So guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to show how easy it's basically to follow the cycles, to buy the right coins, and this is the video that I usually do for the premium subscribers for the VIP group. So I recommend everybody to join my group, the free group in the beginning. And if you're happy with the videos, if you actually start making money together with the cycles, join the VIP group, and I'm sure that you will definitely like it, and you will like the returns that I'm having there.